Hi, I'm Jake. I make RPG supplements and videos about Pathfinder 2, or PF2. I love PF2, and I like that they keep updating shit, and we're going to go over the Dwarf Ancestry feat changes from Dongenhold Alkenstar area, and the changes to the mobility assistive devices, wheelchairs. So Dongen Dwarf Ancestry feats changes, there's only a couple. If you want to skip the Dwarf feats because screw dwarves, here's the time to go to the mobility devices. Okay, first feat we're going over is Explosive Savant, level 1 feat. I'm going to read the old one first, because it's very different. A lifetime wielding firearms and explosive ordnance amid the chaos of battle has granted you great skill with volatile weapons. You become trained in simple and martial bombs and firearms. Now, it says you've spent a lifetime wielding guns and explosive ordnance. You have familiarity with bombs and firearms. For the purposes of proficiency, you treat bombs and martial firearms as simple weapons and advanced firearms as martial weapons. It's just better. That's a great upgrade. Next is Blast Resistance. Bless you. It previously said you gain resistance 3 to sonic, and anything that has the auditory trait and causes the deafened condition, if you roll a success on a save against that effect, you get a critical success instead. Now, that applies to dazzled or deafened. It doesn't have to have the auditory trait, and you gain the resistance not just from sonic, but from fire, too. Blast resistance is like better than twice as good. Blast resistance is really, really good. I think the 3 should increase naturally as you go up in level. Like maybe when you're 9th level, it increases to 5. But it doesn't. Explosive Expert has changed radically. I'm going to read the original one first. Level 13 feat. Prerequisites Explosive Savant. You have continued training in volatile weapons and gained a deeper understanding. Whenever you gain a class feature that grants you expert or greater proficiency in certain weapons, you also gain that proficiency for simple and martial bombs and firearms. No longer applies, no longer necessary. So what did they replace it with? Same name, but through your extensive training with volatile weapons, you've built up a fair bit of tolerance to your own black powder explosions. You are immune to splash damage caused by your own strikes with bombs and firearms, such as the splash damage from the scatter trait. For a 13th level feat, that's shit. I don't care who you are. That's shit. No one's going to take that. Ooh, I avoided 4 splash damage. That is just not cool, man. Replace it with something good. So those are all the dwarf feat changes. Now on to mobility devices. Wheelchairs. So first off, the parts of the wheelchair haven't changed. The definitions for adjustable seatbelts, bulk limit, frame, and magic, and movement, and quick writing are all the same. Yes, there's something highlighted on your screen. That's just, it's the untamed form spell instead of wild shape, because I'm picky, so I have to highlight everything that's wrong. So wheelchair types. It's no longer called a basic chair, now it's called a wheelchair. That's the only thing that changed to the basic chair. It's a wheelchair. It was always a wheelchair. In fact, it always started off this common wheelchair. It's just not called a basic chair anymore. Because it's not just a chair. It makes sense to me. First special chair, the frog chair. Hasn't really changed. But each of the magical chairs got cute little names for their activations. So instead of activate 1 action for being able to leap up to 30 feet in any direction for a minute, it's called a frog hop. Of course. And the ability to launch the tongue out of the wheelchair to grab something from 15 feet away and bring it to your hand is called grab it. Yup, not making this shit up. Grab it. It's so fucking cute. I didn't realize how awesome wheelchairs were. Like, at 8th level, anybody could just buy a wheelchair and sit in it to be able to jump 30 feet in any direction for a minute. Holy shit. That's great. Yeah, it's only once per hour, but it's still once per hour. It's just cool. Spider chair. Level 12 item. It got new names for its abilities as well. The ability to shoot a web line at a solid wall, floor, or ceiling and drag yourself to that location is now called a web swing. Perfectly makes sense, and it's once per minute. You're freaking Spider-Man. The other ability to shoot a 4th rank web spell is called web. Go figure. the spider chair? It's a 12 level item. While using the chair, you gain a climb speed equal to your speed. That's better than the slippers of spider climbing. Or what are they called now? The claws of climbing claws. I don't remember. But it's the same thing. This is just better for climbing. Holy shit. So the last item that's changed, and it is actually changed, is Storm Chair. First, its normal ability of being able to fly temporarily and making a radius of electricity around you and electromagnetism like freaking Magneto now has a name called Electro Ball. It should be called Magnetosphere. It just should have been. I don't know, that's probably taken. But it has a new ability. It's called Ride the Lightning. It requires an activation. It's 2 actions. It has the electricity manipulate traits, frequency once per day. Effect, you release the majority of the stored up energy from your storm chair, devastating foes in a chain of electricity. This has the effects of chain lightning with a DC of 31. 14th level item. Fuck yeah! It previously had only had the Electro Ball ability. But now you can shoot lightning. Hell yeah! I want one. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, that's cool. That's it for dwarf changes and for mobility device changes. Really cool, fun shit changed. So I appreciate you being here, or just like listening in the background if you're vacuuming, like one person commented on the last video. And if you're a patron, thank you for helping out the channel every month. If you want to contribute to helping the channel, you can go to the link in the description for Patreon. If you contribute $5 or more per month, you get entered into a drawing to win cool stuff like this, or this, or this, or this. Lots of different stuff. We also have these in our store. If you want to click on the store links below. The link to the store is also on our YouTube channel page. If you want to make sure to catch the rest of the videos in this playlist, click there. If you want to check out Tian Sha stuff, it's cool. See you there.